question is about complex numbers. On a single again diagram, sketch the loci given by the equations the modulus of z minus 3 plus 2i equals 2, and the modulus of w minus 3 plus 2i equals the modulus of w plus 3 minus 4i, 4 marks. So for this locus, you see we have the complex numbers on both sides, so we have a perpendicular bisector. To identify the 2 points, we have to use w minus w1, so we have to use w minus w minus. So we factor out the minus and check that minus times 3 is again minus 3, and minus times minus 2i is plus 2i, so we are not changing the question. Minus times minus 3 is plus 3, and minus times 4i is minus 4i. So now we can see the 2 points, 3 minus 2 and minus 3, 4. And this is an equal sign. There's no smaller than or greater than, so it's not shaded in any direction. So what you need to label for this perpendicular bisector would be the 3 minus 2, the coordinates of the first point, and the second point minus 3, 4. So perpendicular bisector means it is perpendicular to this line, so the line connecting the 2 points. The perpendicular bisector is perpendicular to that line, and it's also bisecting that line. So it's supposed to be around here. This is through the midpoint of these 2 points here. So the middle point is here. Okay, so for the second locus, we have only z on one side, so this is a circle. We have to use z minus something to get to identify the center. So if you multiply, we get minus 3, and if you multiply, you go back to plus 2i. We are not changing the question. So the center is 3 minus 2, radius is 2, and equal sign, so we don't shade in any direction. So what you have to label would be the center, and the radius is 2, so it's supposed to be touching the x-axis. So combining the 2 graphs, we have the circle and the perpendicular bisector. So you don't need to draw this line. This is the perpendicular bisector line, and you have to label this point, and also label this y-intercept of the perpendicular bisector. Okay, and the next part, the least value of the modulus of z minus w for points on this loci, given your answer in exact form. So the modulus of a complex number minus a complex number, this means the distance between the 2 complex numbers. So the distance between the 2 points, the points should be on z and on w, which means the distance between any 2 points on the green perpendicular bisector line and on the blue circumference of the circle. So for example, this distance from this point to this point, or maybe this distance from this point to this point. Because we are looking for the least value, of course that's going to be this line. So because this is the straight line connecting the center and this point here, so the shortest distance must be this line. So to find the shortest distance, just look at this triangle here. So if we draw this right angle triangle, this distance is 3, and this distance is from 1 to minus 2, so it is also 3. So actually we have an isosceles right angle triangle. We can find the hypotenuse in Pythagoras. So this distance is 3 root 2, and of course the radius of the circle is 2. So the final answer would be this line, 3 root 2. So 3 root 2 minus 2. So 3 root 2 minus 2 is the final answer. Alright, I'll see you again next time.